Are you a boy or a man? There are harsh truths when it comes to growing into a man, and age isn't a factor in this transformation. The journey from boyhood to manhood is tough, and modern society only makes it harder. Society often tries to feminize boys from a young age. Maybe you've been influenced by this and have become a man-child as a result. Perhaps you've even bought into the idea that men should be more feminine, and that masculinity is toxic. Consider this. Ever since you were a little boy, you've been told that your masculine traits are inherently negative. Most, if not all, of your teachers were women, and if you didn't behave like the girls in class, it meant you were in the wrong as a boy. If you are competitive, seek out challenges, and have a lot of energy, you were likely shamed and reprimanded for it. Yet for a man to conquer, provide, and protect, these traits are absolutely essential. If you've been suppressing your natural instincts for as long as you can remember, breaking free from this conditioning won't be easy, but it will be worth it. More videos on this topic will be released. Now, even if you haven't fallen for society's lies, that still isn't enough to turn you from a boy into a man. Girls become women by reaching physical maturity, but boys have to pass a test. After all, men bear the burden of performance. If you don't perform in any area of your life as a man, the world will treat you as a worthless, low-tier individual. A woman can be beautiful, and the world will value her for that beauty. But for a man, this isn't the case. You must work to create your own value. This is a harsh reality, but it should be seen as a positive thing. It means that no matter who you are, you have the potential to build yourself up to be a high-value man. Think about the men you truly respect in your life. What qualities make you respect them? Problem-solving skills? The ability to face adversity? Provision, courage, strength, discipline, or leadership? Whatever it is that earns your respect, it has nothing to do with age. Let's discuss 4 critical aspects that will turn boys into men. Number 1, responsibility. Boys like to do whatever they want and often blame others for the outcomes in their lives. Instead of taking responsibility, they complain about problems and see themselves as victims. Men, on the other hand, understand that there's always some level of ownership to take even if someone else wrongs you. For instance, you may have chosen to ignore red flags. In most cases, we are not victims of circumstances, but of our own minds. By accepting responsibility, you take charge of your problems and ultimately your life. We are where we are in life, not because of others, but because of ourselves. Number 2, doing instead of talking. We've all known that one friend who talks a big game, always bragging about how many girls he's slept with, how much money he's made, or his fighting skills. He might have some great stories to go along with his boasting, but at the end of the day, it's all talk. Becoming a ladies' man, achieving financial freedom, or becoming a good fighter requires work. Boys often choose the easy way to achieve the status they want, which is through bragging. However, this status isn't real, and in any real situation, it will always be exposed. Men know that talk is cheap and that actions speak louder than words. They understand when to keep their mouth shut, put their head down, and work in silence without complaining. Men focus on doing instead of talking. Number 3. This one is difficult for many. Stop playing video games and stop fapping. Video games can be entertaining, but you must be aware that they are designed to exploit your inner desires as a man. Why do you think so many boys and men are addicted to video games? They appeal to your desires for challenge, competition, status, and conquest. The basic premise of every successful video game is to play to a man's nature and desires. However, these achievements are fake, and if you lose yourself in video games, you dampen your ambition and life force in the real world. Another way of losing yourself in a false reality is fapping to online content. The fake conquest you're watching involves other people. You haven't approached the opposite sex, and you aren't participating in the act yourself. Be aware that many men end up with erectile dysfunction as a side effect. Number 4, control your emotions. Boys often do whatever they feel like doing, but men do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. We live in a society that tries very hard to make men more like women. Society often tells boys and men to express their feelings, listen to their emotions, and open up. The phrases toughen up or be a man are seen as toxic. However, this is where things can take a dark turn. Men and women express their emotions differently. When you tell a woman to open up and stop suppressing her emotions, she might talk about her feelings or cry. When you tell a man to do the same, he could become violent. He might attack someone during road rage because he's listening to his feelings instead of controlling them. Emotional control is one of the fundamental pillars of masculinity. A staggering 99% of American school shooters came from single-mother households. Fathers enforced discipline and order in the household. With the rise of fatherlessness and society encouraging boys to simply listen to their feelings, Bad things can happen very quickly. This doesn't mean you should keep everything bottled up as a man. If there's a serious issue, you might need to talk to your brothers or friends. Maybe you need to let it out in the gym. But first, you must detach from the situation and look at it objectively. More often than not, things aren't as big of a deal as we make them out to be. The best men you'll ever meet have control over their emotions. Emotions themselves aren't bad, misused emotions are. Many boys have started going to the gym and have built strong physiques because of their anger. Many of them were bullied. This is a perfect example of emotional control and using it in a productive way. With this knowledge in mind, you'll be amazed at the potential you truly have as a man. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video to your friends.